NA and EU, the drop off between NA and EU in terms of Steve Vortex's team and the French side is huge, because there's at least 3 or 4, maybe even 5 American sides that you would say are better than them as well.
Yeah, well, and this is why when they do have that Toronto land, I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully we get that. Is it? No, sorry, Boston, not Toronto. What am I saying? I'm fried. Hopefully when we get that, we do again see the EU lads kind of show what they're made of, because again, that NA pool is very, very stacked, and they're going to have to consistently play well in every single series, because when you beat one juggernaut in NA, lo and behold, another one has just spawned up and you get another one in the next series. I'm praying we don't get loads of EU versus EU. Could you imagine if we had like the Deviance, Notorious and Orgless like game maybe 3 series in? I'd be absolutely fuming. Saying that, Beans is
they've done it loads.
Yeah, I know they do it every time, and every time we're on Twitter, like, why have we got EU versus EU? What is this? But anyway, while we were jibber jabbering, Beans manages to grab 3, Orgless grab a first round, and game 5 looking good.
Yeah, it seemed a bit wild as well. I actually got totally ad off because your audio cut out for like 10 seconds, and I was like, has it died? Has the stream died? Where am I? Where am I? I'm in a room. So yeah, it was just so weird. But yeah, I mean, it looked like a pretty frenetic first round as well. God, we do like mini podcasts within the cast. They're so easy to fall into when you've got players like this. But Beans goes huge, not quite the ace. It is going to be Bance who's going to get that final kill. Although the reaction shot from the Renetti from Beans at the end was something else. But again, we're going to see this push over towards B. I guess they're going to try and fight through. No, they're going to play it cautious and just try and get post up into positions, using that smoke as cover. All 3 players managed to survive the push. It is going to be 1 player in Lies Nasty, who does fall. Again, a player you would expect maybe to be leading the charge is going to see his way into the next round. Major, it is going to be 3v3. Not quite able to get the next pick, but that's going to be huge there for Steve Vortex as he puts Bance into the next round.
Well, Hixie has bomb. He's just planting now. Oh, his teammate, though, is weak, so they know where both of these players are, and surely now that is going to be Mythic's invitation. Number 4 on the minimap. Keep an eye on him, and now Beans is so alone there. And it will be Deviance, Notorious tying it back up 1 apiece. I've got a feeling the phrase tie it back up is going to be one where if we put a pound in a jar, we'd have quite a significant amount of funds at the end of this map, Pabs. But they tie it up. There you go. There's £1, and we're pretty much back to even. So good work there from those lads.
Yeah, tie it up even, some parity. I think by the end of the season, we'd probably be able to retire. We don't need the CDL career. No worries, guys. We're sound. We've made so much money from it. But again, it is going to see back and forth. It's going to be a ping pong style game. We just know that these teams are so evenly balanced in terms of the S&D strategy. So it is going to be a 1 player who takes the game by the scruff of the neck. Beans the kill leader at the minute, 3-1, but closely followed by Steve Vortex, who's warmed his gun up, and it's someone you do occasionally see put in a big streak. So Vance just has a little peek. He's got the SMG out though, Major. This could be interesting. Looking for that close quarter fight in towards plane. So it's going to be very interesting. It could be very dangerous, and you can see Mythics goes huge. Nasty again, the first blood. Is this going to be a factor in this S&D?
Yeah. I'll say they can give away a few, but they're not going to want to make a theme of that. Or Orgless. So Mythics and his team look as though they're headed over towards the B site. Vortex in charge of that bomb. And now smokes go down, and in they go. Beans is just not moving though, and they completely... The smoke just lasts about 3 seconds, and it will be absolutely brutal on the site. And now Mythics finds himself 1 versus 1 up against Hixie. That smoke literally, I think it was just... It looked like a fight in a lift. You could just see straight through it, to be honest. There wasn't really much to it. The smoke went up and then it was gone, and everyone's just caught on their bellies.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly great, and I guess it made it more difficult for them to see Beans than it did for Beans to see them. Hixie's now got that information, but I think the shots go out. Mythics knows that player's there. He's got to get bombed down though, so he's just going to wait. Is he going to be able to get up in time? Yeah, it's going to be a push through. Hixie, no idea what it is. It's going to be 1v1. Mythics comes out on top in the end, and that's going to be another round on the board for Deviance and Notorious as they go 2-1 up. And this, we said it again, you got to say, you know, it's just going to be back and forth. It's ping pong time, mate, and you know it's very difficult for the defending side to just be able to take control and maybe get these wins. But we'll see how it goes. Orgless now on the back foot. It's been incredible so far. Bance on a 1 and 2 as we hit the 4th round. It's not something you'd see. Nasty 0 and 2. I think you're going to see Major young Byron just trying to play his life a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, we
Who
see.
knows?
I
Is
mean,
it in his nature?
only one way to find out, Mark. So, Mythics gets all the information that he needs to say not taking that gunfight. And now, Wee Man backs up potentially at the worst time. Again, another smoke comes down. How long is this one going to last? 3 seconds or maybe 2? It's going to be Lucifer or Harry that's able to back up, and it will be 2 really big picks again from Harry and Orgless. They just can't seem to break through the wall that is Harry as he manages to get a 2nd kill. And now Beans has got to try and pick through the remainder. I say the remainder, the whole remainder of Deviance Notorious. It is not looking good for him. Shots into 1. Can he manage to get away? The pre-fire there onto Mythics. Just a little bit too preemptive. As now Mythics does spot the shoulder. But they're not giving him anything at the moment. Still needs a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, that's a preemptive nade there as he looks to try and take out Mythics with it, but it's not going to be enough. And is he going to read that the players are going to be front plane, going to be top AC, they're going to be on bomb, and that's going to leave him in a brutal position. And that's going to be another round on the board. 3-1, 2-round deficit for the boys in blue. Steve Vortex's big brains coming into play. Harry 5 and 2, a player who was relatively quiet in the previous R point, but again, just goes absolutely huge in this S&D so far, keeping his team flying the flag. Total confidence as well. We said this in the previous game where they just seem to be, very fresh. They just seem to have a different vibrancy to they did in that initial hard point. But this is a very difficult time if you are Nasty 0 and 3 right now. This is not CDL style quality that you want to be seeing out of your 2 big players, 1 and 3 and 0 and 3 for Nasty and Bance respectively.
Well, both trophies are down. Wee Man's got really aggressive up here. He has managed to nade a couple of players. Is that going to be the green light to push in? No, it's not. Wee Man's still laying prone while all of the carnage goes on over the top of him. Wee Man is going literally Rambo style on his belly. Mission Impossible music. Cue it now. He pushes up. He gets some shots into Hixie, but doesn't get the kill. But he does get a lot of site presence. And meanwhile, over towards plane, Mythics has managed to get himself right up in the face of Bance, who is just going to be forced to back up. And now these 2 players sliding across. That's a big bait and a big call. But Bean somehow gets 2 through all of that. And now out the back, Mythics gets caught with his trousers down. And now it's all on Harry, 1 versus 3.
Just what was looking like an absolute setup there. You've got Wee Man push right up with the geography that you think they'd need to control, gets absolutely bodied and baited, and then Mythics unfortunately does fall, not able to get that pick, and that's going to put old Harry in a really unenviable position. Nasty, first time that he's managed to make it this deep into a round. 0 and 3 right now would be great for him to get off the mark for the confidence builder. 15 seconds remaining. Harry's been spotted, so expect him to drop any second now. And I didn't quite grab who got that kill. Fingers crossed it was Nasty.
Yeah, I think it was Nasty in the end. I think he just came around the back in towards bottom AC.
Free kill!
And just, yeah, 1 bullet does plenty. There you go. Nice trades there. And nice team shots. Apologies. As Nasty able to get himself on the board. So from donut to breadstick. I'm glad I've had my dinner, otherwise I would have been hungry. But it will now see Orgless with a much needed round, Pabs. If they went down 4-1, then on terminal, it's looking very, very likely that Deviants are going to grind it out. But find themselves now just trailing by 1. And if they get back-to-back rounds, all of a sudden, you've got a complete momentum shift in what was seeming like a very one-sided search and destroy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. You don't want to let them get away with that extra round because you just know that they're going to play the most standard strategic S&D that's ever existed. You'd put them under no pressure. So this is going to be huge. The bait's in. Beans manages to get the drop on Mythics, but there is that player in Steve Vortex out to the back with the AR.
Oh,
He is unstoppable. Minces through them on Beans.
Give him another.
Nasty. Is he going to give him the 3rd? No, it is going to be the drop shot that puts Bance into a slightly better position, Major, but 1v2 is still no fun when you're in the middle of the map.
Well, Bance knows that there's 1 person above him. Ooh, no, unfortunately, he just mantles too much there. Go Mirror's Edge style up towards the top of AC, but it will be 4-2. Just clambering a little bit too much. Spider Bance. Up he goes. Unfortunately, down he falls as Harry batters his chest with MCW bullets. So, 2-round lead restored. And it will now be Deviance back on the offense. So we've seen a few of those plane pushes, Pabs, and usually they do tend to go in the way we've just seen, where it's a kind of fish in a barrel kind of vibes.
I think it's just nice that you normally they like both teams will commit one player to playing, but Steve Vortex like let's make sure there's two there this time, and he reads it perfectly, and you know that's what's going to give them that 2-round deficit. But yeah, it's huge kills. It is going to be Wee Man who gets first blood then into the next round, and that is going to be nasty, getting doubling up on that breadstick 2 and 4, and that's a sign to maybe for Steve Vortex to keep an eye on. Orgless have had a couple of players who haven't been playing particularly well in this game, in this particular series, and if you start seeing Nasty and Bant start to putting up some big figures, that's when this game might start to flip on its head.
Oh, nice nade there from Harry. They got the call where Beans was, and they take him down. So Nasty, again, top AC seems to be the spot, the hot spot for where these players are running. These ARs, sees the legs of Harry. Doesn't get the kill, though, but they do get the information on where Nasty is located now. But they've got to be careful. If Bance goes up these stairs, oh, he might have got the right timing onto Nasty here. Vortex, sorry, his Vortex flies straight through Stevo. Able to grab one. Smoke goes down. Is he going to try and plant, or is he going to try and bait out some movement on? Steve-O calls the bait, and it's perfect with the smoke, and it will be another round on the board. Deviance Notorious there off the back of a huge kill from Steve-O now find themselves 1 round away from booking their place in that grand final.
Mate, that's a kill that deserves the game to be won right there and then. That kill is just incredible from Steve Vortex. Under so much pressure, drops a almost pointless smoke, and then the reaction kill in middle is unbelievable outside book gift shop. So again, I'm just gutted that wasn't the round winner, the game winning moment. But 5-2, a 3-round deficit, time to play your strategies, do something different. You've got that cushion, and you don't want to necessarily give Orgless any momentum, but it is an opportunity for you to do the things that you wouldn't normally be able to do with this team. It is going to be Harry getting bodied straight away, so maybe a renewed impetus coming in from Orgless with a little bit more confidence and a little bit more passion coming out of the 4 boys in red.
Oh, that's a good word, impetus. I like that one, mate.
I know.
Word of the day, toilet paper.
Anyway, no.
Well, 2 versus 4. Orgless look very, very good in round number 8, it must be said. After a very brutal set of rounds, they find themselves not dropping a life, and Orgless find themselves on the board again. 5-3. Still need 3 more like that. So, vocabulary aside, Pabs, very, very strong round.
Yeah, really, and it was quick as well. It was really difficult to kind of cast because they just bombarded the team, and the accuracy. And sometimes you just think in the back of your mind, you know, the level of player we are, where we're not even ever even remotely close to these guys. Are they just flexing? Are they playing with Steve Vortex a little bit? You know, are they just going to drop 3 rounds straight on the bounce and be like, "Oh, it was never in question, boys"? But Hixie at 2 and 6 does suggest that it's a different game entirely. Beans has tried to do everything he can to try to keep his team in it. You think if he's not playing 12 and 5, it's game over already, and you're already in the losers bracket. But this has got to go huge. Bant needs to get a pick from this plane, because you can see all those blue arrows making their way over. Big moment right now, major for Hixie.
I just want to know who on that team that impression was. I'm trying to put a pin on who it might be, or a little bit of
Byron Linear, but that's all I've got.
So, bullets exchanged, no kills on the board though. Where is this next one? Next engagement, should I say go into light? It is very, very hesitant here from Deviance Notorious. And Harry just shouldering, see if there's any life over towards this B site. We can see that trophy over towards Top Eskies has now gone. So nades going to be much more influential now, and Beans might catch one of them. Oh, just a little bit too long that was cooked for, but now surely Beans is going to get shot in the back any second now. The call is surely going to be there, but now they fly around. 1 for Vortex. There's still going to be another man in Nasty up on that high ground. They've got to try and plant the bomb, and Steve-O's going to opt to do it through all the madness. Can his teammates make the work around him? Nasty grabs one. It's now 2 versus 2. Bomb goes down. Bance up Eskies. Needs to make this one. Can Bance get the 2-piece? There's one for him. The other one on... No, he's not going to get the kill. It will be Deviance Notorious that take it in the end through the carnage, through the madness. And it will be those boys who book their flight in towards that grand final. 6-3 in the search, 3-2 in the series. And a cheeky reverse sweep to boot, Pabs. That's not too bad.
I mean, his confidence boosters go was making a statement goes, you get 100 point clubbed in the first game. Well, what better way to fight back than to put this team in Orgless in the